Hey, intelligent English speakers. Kimberly here. Welcome to day 21 of the Learn to Speak English Without Fear 33-Day Challenge. Today, I'm going to teach you one of the most powerful fluency skills you will ever learn, a skill that instantly makes you sound more confident, more natural, more fluent. Welcome back to our journey where we compress years of English into just months. This past week, your listening skills have exploded. You've mastered the L sound on day 17. You conquered the TH on day 18. You decoded connected speech on day 19. And yesterday, day 20, you learned the listener's advantage. So, you understand much more than before. But let me ask you something. What happens after you understand? The moment, the pressure, the panic. Someone finishes a question and your brain screams, "Answer now!" And what does your brain do next? It runs back to your native language. You build the answer there. Then you try to translate, and suddenly you freeze, you block, you lose flow. Today we fix that. Today you'll learn the strategic pause, how to buy time, stay calm, think in English, and respond with confidence. If you've ever felt rushed to answer in English and your mind went blank, tap that like button and share this video with someone who needs to stop translating in their head. Now, here's what happens. You understand the question perfectly. Every word makes sense. But then the pressure comes. I need to answer immediately. Your brain is fast. It's just not fast in English yet. So it does what it knows best. It thinks in your native language. Then it tries to translate, and that's when things all fall apart. Your answer sounds strange. Your words come out broken, or nothing comes out at all. This is the instant response trap. It's the belief that fluency means answering instantly. But real fluency is not speed. Real fluency is control. And instant answers force translation. Translation kills flow. If you want to stop thinking in your native language, you must stop rushing yourself. Now, here's a fact that most people don't know. Native speakers don't always have an instant answer. They just sound like they do. Why? Because they know how to buy time naturally. They use short phrases. They rephrase the question. They slow the conversation just enough. That space, that pause, that's where your English brain wakes up. Not panic, not translation, just calm access to English. It's not being unprepared. It's being smart. You need thinking phrases. These phrases will give you time. They sound natural, and Americans use them constantly. When you need a moment, for example, try saying something like, that's a good question, or, let me think for a second. Oh, that's interesting. Give me a moment. When you need clarity, try saying things like, could you say that another way? Now, just to make sure I understand, or, so what you're asking about is, and when the topic is complicated, you could say, well, it depends. There are a few factors. Another one is, that's not a simple answer. For example, a question might be, what's your biggest career goal? Instead of freezing, say, that's a good question. Let me think for a second. Boom. You just bought 3 to 5 seconds, and that's gold. Practice using 2 or 3 of these phrases when you practice speaking alone today. Another trick you want to try is to rephrase to gain time. It is strategic, it's powerful, and it's confidence building. This is one of the smartest techniques in English. You repeat part of the question in your own words. Why does it work? Well, because it shows you're listening. It confirms understanding, and it buys you time, most importantly. For example, The question might be, what steps do you take to ensure project success? Response might be, so what you're asking is how I make sure a project succeeds. Well, another example of a question might be, how do you handle difficult people at work? Your response, you mean situations where teamwork is challenging? Well, in those cases, it sounds professional, sounds confident, native like. Practice by writing 5 questions you often hear and practice rephrasing each one before answering. Now, there's another exercise to practice, and that would be bridge to a short example. Sometimes you need more time. So you start with a short general thought or example. This makes you sound natural and interesting. For example, the question might be, what's your leadership style? Response, Hmm, that's something I thought about a lot. Recently, I worked with a team that was struggling, and I realized my style is very supportive. I'd say my leadership style is another example. The question might be, what motivates you? Response, for me, motivation comes from progress. When I see results, even small ones, it really pushes me forward. So, what motivates me most is you gain time, you gain flow, you gain confidence. You think through your response. Now, for the next 24 hours, your challenge is to choose three thinking phrases and use them. Practice rephrasing at least 3 questions and use one short example of a bridge. This is how you stop translating and how you take control. Remember this. Silence can feel scary, but a strategic pause is powerful. It's the difference between panic and confidence, between translation and understanding. You're building an English brain, one that thinks, pauses, and speaks with ease. Be smart, be smooth, be you in English. See you tomorrow for day 22. Same energy, same mission, same passion. Bye bye for now, and God bless.